Nope. No. What the freak is okay? What the freak is going on? Jesus. Alright. So what's the deal? What is the deal? But that should be fine. We in here. Oh, there it is. Time is kind of late. What's up, y'all? I'm JC, and you're watching Jose Calamari. We live, bro. I know it's been a while, man. Forgive me, okay? We're here, bro. Back with some Mr. Nightmare, man. I wanted to kind of live stream, bro, because we're getting closer to Resident Evil, and I had to literally, y'all been seeing my posts, bro. I had to literally block a lot of stuff, and I'm just trying to stay off social media and some time, and I'm like, let's get some more content out, bro. Let's jump on some Mr. Nightmare, you know what I'm saying? This is in my playlist of one of the reactions I'm supposed to be checking out last time, or just in general, bro. Three creepy true horror student horror stories, bro. I don't know if it's gonna do with school shootings or what's gonna happen, but we're gonna jump up in here and see the other ones, bro. As long as I can kind of stay up on the streaming deal, bro, for the night. One more work day tomorrow, and then we're off work, man. And it's probably gonna be some more streaming once I get off work tomorrow. If not, probably Saturday or Sunday for the weekend, bro. So just get ready for more content to come, man. If you haven't been checking out the videos I've been posting on the channels, bro, you know what I'm saying, kind of go check them out, bro. You know what I'm saying, posting story times and stuff. With that being said, let's jump into this Mr. Nightmare, man. Student horror stories.
Before getting into today's stories, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Fume.
What are you worried about? Don't fume. Fume these nuts. You know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. This nigga talking about a vape. Oh yeah, we definitely skipping this.
Journey pack today.
This nigga talking about a vape. Tyler T. Story 1.
I wasn't very social in college. I didn't get good grades. I
Oh, you
wasn't
messing
in a
that,
frat.
JJ?
I didn't
That
have
you
a
sponsor?
girlfriend, and I wasn't very involved in anything. I wasn't a very happy kid. I'm not complaining,
Bag's a
though.
bag. Okay,
I found a
bag.
loyal girl who
Right.
would never stop fighting for me in my late 30s. My life is good now. We live together with 2 cats named Blue and Raz, and I'm planning on proposing soon. Like I was saying, though, I wasn't in a frat, so generic frat parties were kind of off the... It was good now.
Go back. This nigga said we live with 2 cats, as in animals. I must be drunk. Let me just go back on the story.
We lived together. I wasn't a very happy kid. I'm not complaining. College. I didn't get good grades. I wasn't in a...
Let's go back to the beginning, because I missed the entirety of what the fuck is going on.
I wasn't very social in college. I didn't get good grades. I wasn't in a frat. I didn't have a girlfriend, and I wasn't very involved in anything. I wasn't a very happy kid.
Sure.
I'm not complaining, though. I found a loyal girl who would never stop fighting for me in my late 30s.
Oh, okay.
My life is good now. We live together with 2 cats named Blue and Raz, and I'm planning on proposing soon.
Nice.
Like I was saying, though, I wasn't in a frat, so generic frat parties were kind of off the table for me. I still wanted to have fun, though. I mean, who wouldn't? My friends Bryson and Ian were in the same boat. We spent most weekends killing time in Bryson's dorm. That being said, we took every chance we got when it came to parties. Most of the parties we were lucky enough to go to were off campus, meaning they weren't associated with any of the frats or the school itself. One time we actually drove over an hour just to go to a party. It's safe to say we were pretty desperate. One Friday
Don't get in
afternoon,
the
Ian texted the
colleges.
group chat saying the girl he was talking to knew of a party not that far away. Ian tended to attract the strangest girls. I'm sure you know the ones I'm talking about. Bryson joked that he didn't want to go to some death metal, emo anime party, which I kind of
Hey,
agreed
don't
with.
disrespect anime.
Ian was pretty adamant, though, and convinced us that this would be a normal party. It's not like we had anything better going on. Bryson convinced his brother Chris to be our designated driver. Chris didn't drink anyway, and said he'd be down for a party, so everything was looking good.
Okay.
As we were driving to the party, Ian started complaining about the girl he was talking to. He said she hadn't answered him in hours, which honestly wasn't too surprising considering the kind of guy Ian was. He was actually pretty torn, and said he was having second thoughts about even going, which seemed like an overreaction. We were already 30 minutes deep, so we weren't just gonna go turn around and go home. We told him to suck it up and not let it ruin the night.
Wow.
After a few more minutes, Ian said Callista's profile disappeared from his phone altogether.
She blocked him.
Broke it to him that he had been blocked, and
Yeah.
she probably decided to go to the party with someone else.
Damn.
He pouted for the rest of the drive. When we reached the party, we instantly knew we'd made the right choice. The house was massive, especially compared to the rest of the houses on the block. Ian didn't want to go in just yet, saying he needed a buzz to take his mind off the
Time to go
situation.
home. Why?
Bryson and I didn't object to
JJ,
drinking.
stop. We live streaming. I haven't interacted with y'all in a while, so we live stream. Let's take our time and break down stuff. I don't care. Why? From what I hear is this dude, he wants to experience and have some fun in college. He feel like he's been an introvert. He's not that guy. He wants to have fun. He said he have a buddy. His buddy is obsessing over a relationship. The girl don't want to spend time with him, so she blocks him and decides to mess with another nigga at the party. That means he's free to go mess around with another girl at the party. Why did you say time to go home? Am I even had no drinks? Did I miss something? Inviting me to a party, then blocking me after I asked for the details? Yeah, okay, that's true. That's a weird sign, but at the same time, though, you gotta understand. I just dropped a story time. I don't know if you watched it today. I just dropped a story time on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Explaining how once you're young like that, you want to live through crazy moments so you can be able to tell your grandchildren about it. It's just about living through an insane moment. Maybe he thought, hey, this is the play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she invited me and then she blocked me. Maybe she wanted to move on and mess with some dude at the party. But guess what? There's other females at the parties I can mess with. That's my thinking with it right now. Just that's me personally. Yeah, maybe he might have been caught up with old girl, but guess what? There's a room full of females at this party that he can mess with and get over her. You know what I'm saying? Because she obviously not serious about me while I'm serious about her. He said somebody gonna get snatched up. Possibly, bro. Possibly, but you know what I'm saying? It comes with common sense, bro. It's like, okay, red flags, 1, you know what I'm saying? You get like probably like 3 chances, 3 strikes you out. Red flag 1, he already seen it, bro. He let it slide. Let it get to a second red flag though, JJ. Before, you know what I'm saying, something crazy, before he start immediately like, you know what I'm saying? Get to like red flag 2 before we start talking trash, bro.
We told Chris to park a little further down the street so we could
He
pregame
trying to
outside
have
the car.
fun.
We
College
killed a few of the
experience.
beers we had brought with us and watched as people entered the house in droves.
You only live once.
It honestly looked like a pretty lit party. Once Ian was satisfied with his buzz, the 4 of us started making our way over to the house. As soon as we stepped inside, I could tell something was off.
Okay.
For starters, all the lights were on. Like there was no ambient lighting throughout the entire house. Just the bright overhead lights that you'd expect to be off at a college party. Most of the people there were very nicely dressed. Not what you'd expect people to wear at a rowdy party. The scene looked more like a fancy dinner party than anything else. But maybe that's what it was. After all, we didn't really have any details about what we were walking into.
Okay, they said details.
We didn't look too out of place, but the clothing differences were definitely noticeable. The music was also bizarre. They weren't playing trap or hip-hop or any of the usual party music. Instead, they were playing some kind of ethereal, almost druggy music. I'm not really sure what genre it was or how to describe it, but none of the songs had any words, just instruments. I guess it wasn't bad per se, but it was odd. My friends and I looked at each other, trying to make sense of what was going on. We drilled Ian for details, but he said he was just as clueless as we were.
Okay, alright.
The 4 of us walked around a little, exploring the house. There was alcohol everywhere, so we helped ourselves. A few minutes in, I started noticing people catching my eye and then immediately looking away. It was actually so apparent that I
This
started
is
wondering
weird.
if there was something in my
Yo, she just said what? She said this is the weird high school reunion party from the other vid he watched. Heard that.
teeth. I figured I was just getting looks because of what I was wearing, which did make sense to me at the time. The four of us were honestly having a good time, despite the weird
Said
atmosphere.
he's having a good time.
Actually, I take that back. Chris was pretty bored and said he was going to go smoke in his car.
Okay.
We figured it was because he didn't have a drop of alcohol in him. A few minutes after he left, a group of girls approached us. We definitely weren't super confident, so getting approached was a new thing.
Damn.
The three of them started flirting with us almost immediately,
They trying to suck your
like
dick.
it wasn't even subtle.
What you gonna
They
do?
joked about an entrance fee, which I thought was funny until I saw that they were being serious.
What are you talking about?
They were holding a bottle of tequila, which we definitely weren't going to turn down. Without much thought, and not wanting to appear uncool, we swigged the bottle. After that point, the six of us stuck together, drinking, talking, and occasionally dancing. It was going really well. At one point, I noticed a weird mark on Tina's neck.
Okay.
It was a short but solid green line that looked like it had been drawn on in Sharpie.
Okay.
The line was pretty thin, and I probably wouldn't have noticed it had I not been standing so close to her. I debated asking her about it, but decided against it to avoid potentially offending her. It might have been a birthmark or something like that. Once I had seen it, though, I couldn't unsee it. It just looked so unnatural, and green of all colors.
Green, my
Who
favorite
wears
color.
green makeup? It couldn't have been a makeup smear. I decided to let it go and continued flirting with her, wondering where things would end up. Eventually, I saw Bryson and the girl he was with begin to wander off upstairs,
Okay,
which
you
I was
trying to
happy
get
about.
in.
Pretty soon afterwards, I noticed Ian and his girl also walking towards the stairs.
Okay, you trying
I
to
was
get
nervous
in.
to ask Tina anything suggestive because I didn't want to mess anything up. Despite the alcohol, I could feel myself getting really anxious and sweaty. So I
Okay.
told Tina I was going to the bathroom and that I'd be right back. The only bathroom I could find was occupied, so I stood outside the door and waited. Eventually, the door opened and a really tall, older-looking guy wearing a white button-down and linen pants stepped out. I rushed into the bathroom and he bumped into me. I turned around and kind of expected him to apologize,
Oh, no.
but he just stood there, staring at me. It was
He's
the
gonna fight.
strangest thing. He just stood there with this blank look, sizing me up. I was about to say something
Oh,
when
he's
I
trying to
noticed
fight.
what was on his neck. The same green line I had seen on Tina. It was literally
Oh, this is some
identical.
cold type shit. Okay.
Against my better judgment, I asked him what his problem was. He smirked and shook his head before saying, "Who invited you?" Not knowing how to answer that, I blurted out Callista, the girl that had stood up Ian. He chuckled and looked up, like he knew who I was talking about. He looked back at me, his smile completely
Sounds
gone
good.
now. In a low voice, he repeated her name before gesturing around the party. "Do you see Callista here?"
You know
I
what,
didn't know
sir?
how to
I
respond to
don't
that.
actually, bro. And y'all all have lime green lines around y'all neck, and I'm not feeling too good. So you know what? How about I leave? That's gonna be my response right there. Like, you bigger than me, I can't fight you. I feel like I'm about to throw up. I don't see Kalista here. You know what? Y'all got it. Let me just leave. Let's just go right now. Hey, what's his name? Homies, get out that room with these girls. It's time to go. Here's the thing, though, bro. Even without it, I niggas be living different lives than me, bro. Like, bro, you ever seen Belize say that, bro? I'm reacting to that video. Imagine, bro, was like, "Oh, we gonna have fun with you." Whoa, pause. Is this jail? What are we talking about? But it's like niggas be living different lives as me, bro. Like, I never been in a situation where I'm partying with chicks and drinking, and they're drinking, and we're getting to the point where we're throwing drinks back to we're not gonna remember what happened the night before, and then she gonna pull out and tell me, "Oh, I don't remember what happened." So I mean, you did something to me. I don't. They be making that seem say an altar of his two homies going to be a sacrifice, probably. But it's like y'all don't be worrying about like bad stuff's gonna happen. Y'all that comfortable like social media and just like movies and stuff be portraying so much so that like dudes just be sleeping with any girl and girl be sleeping with any dude and they just wake up the next day, oh, one night stand. That's just another one, haha. Like, nah, bro. Girl, oh, I don't remember what happened to me. He did something to me. And I'm like, I don't remember what happened either. And then my name's on some kind of list. I'm not even gonna get into that, bro. It's just y'all niggas live different lives to me, bro. I'm not doing that.
So I just slammed the door in his face, wondering what the hell had just happened. I couldn't get over what he said or that green mark on his neck. Part of me regretted not asking him more questions about what the hell was going on.
Get out of the house.
I left the bathroom, looking for him. I walked past more people that eyed me up like I didn't belong. I didn't care, though. I was gonna find my friends and drag them out of here. While wandering around the party, I couldn't stop thinking about that green mark. I started looking closely at people's necks, trying to see if anyone else had a mark on their neck.
Probably.
And to my horror, I actually saw 2 more people with the green lines on their necks. They were all the same color, same length, same thickness, same everything. It was freaky. I kept looking for that guy, all the while analyzing people's necks. Most people weren't marked up, but I kept catching glimpses of green lines on various people's necks.
So what's with the people who wasn't lined
So I made my way to
Are
the
they
stairs,
sacrifices?
looking for my friends. Thankfully, as I was walking up the stairs, Bryson and Ian were walking down. I urged the 2 of them to follow me, and I brought them to an empty hallway so we could talk. I briefly told them about my theory and said we had to leave immediately.
Nice.
They burst out laughing and told me I was just drunk.
Get him.
Bryson
Get them out
told
of
me
here.
I was just jealous because they had hooked up and I didn't.
Y'all did what? Just now you're about to catch an STD. And that's the worst thing about this story, bro. It's not about niggas with green lines on their neck, bro. These dudes probably went in raw on these bitches, bro, upstairs that they don't even know. And then he caught 5 different STDs. To this day, they can't get rid of. I bet you that's the worst ending to the story. I bet you not even them going. They're not even going to get like tracked down or hunted down by a cult. They literally sell with these random bimbos and able to catch 5 different diseases. That's the ending, bro.
I asked him where his girl had gone, and he told me she had instructed him to meet back upstairs in 20 minutes. Ian said his girl told him the same thing.
Your final balls on some type
There was
shit.
no reasoning with these 2. They were riding the high of a hookup. I told them to follow me and that I'd prove that people had strange marks on their necks, but they weren't budging. Just when I was about to give up, Ian turned to the side. What I saw was actually horrifying. There was a thin line on his neck, only this one was red, not green. I practically screamed at him, which actually got them to listen to me. I then inspected Bryson's neck. There was a red mark on his too. Ian told me to relax and that it was probably just a makeup stain, but Bryson started to believe me. I told them we were leaving, and Bryson and I turned to find the door.
Facts.
Ian still wouldn't leave, saying he wanted to meet back up with the girl.
Okay, meet back up with her
then.
then.
A random guy walked past us, eyeing each of us up separately. He didn't say anything, but paused long enough for us to notice the green line on his neck. That was it. Bryson and I rushed for the door with Ian close behind.
Thank you, Bryson.
It felt like everyone there was staring at us as we left.
Time to go.
But no one moved to stop us. We ran to Chris's car and told him to drive. As we were leaving, both Ian and Bryson's phones started blowing up. Those girls were asking why we had left.
Don't worry about that.
How could they have even known that? They weren't even around to see us leave.
Exactly. Why you worry about that?
My friends blocked the girls.
Facts.
Everyone I tell this story to has their own crazy theory about what happened that night. I really don't know what to think about it, but I don't think I want to know what might have happened had that guy not tipped me off.
Can I say this? I just want to say this, bro. W friends in this story for not being that fucking drunk and toasted. You know the friends in those horror movies where dudes like, nah, bro, said motherfuckers be limited in horror movies. This is the part, y'all know the parts in the horror movies, bro, when the dude runs up and he's like, oh my gosh, bro, the mummy just came back to life and is killing everyone. And the friend's like, bro, you didn't have too much to drink, or like, oh, you've been playing too many horror games, bro. You gotta stop, bro. It's just a legend. It's just a myth, bro. That's what these dudes sounded like at first, bro. But like after they took a second to like let it sink in, the other boy let it sink in. It's like, wait a minute, it's kind of weird. Them niggas just got their own lives. They just saved their own life, bro, for having common sense even while they drunk. You gotta respect it. I respect it all the way to up here, bro. The fact that they shook back and they were like, wait a minute, bro. I mean, I know I'm trying to smash these girls, but something not right. Gotta respect it. I gotta respect it, bro. Because I would have left the party with myself.
I want to check if someone's
I would have been like, well, they want to stay. They'll go drive me home. I'll pay you.
These signs,
and then I'll see them later. Probably not.
I'm a graduate student studying civil engineering at Purdue University. I actually started a few months ago.
Okay.
I was in a good place, all things considered. Classes were going well, I made a couple friends, and the apartment I found was decently priced. The landlord was pretty sketchy, though.
Yeah.
I had a car and lived pretty far away from campus, but I liked driving. The only downside, it was a sketchy part of town, but I didn't care much about that. I'm a guy in my mid-20s, so I figured I could handle myself.
Okay.
Yeah, things were a little boring, but I was there for a degree and not a party. Everything was pretty normal until the day my backpack got stolen. I had left it on a table in a random hall to go to the bathroom like an idiot.
But why would you do
By
that?
the time I got back, it was gone.
Why would you do that?
Of course, that specific lecture hall didn't have cameras, so there was literally nothing I could do. I was more annoyed than anything. My wallet, keys, and laptop were in there. I had to cancel my cards and get new ones, report my keys missing to the landlord.
Nigga, why is that? Oh my god, get this dude up out of here. Bro, don't you even gotta finish the story. This person who's telling the story is an idiot. How you don't have your wallet and your keys in your pallet 6 months when we post up in his dorm? They probably already in that bitch, in the closet, waiting for his ass. So when he get in an apartment, they in the closet waiting to rob his stupid ass at midnight. Like, why do you not have your wallet, your keys, and all this shit inside of your pocket, bro? At the very minimum, I'll have my keys and wallet and your cell phone in my pocket at all times. Guess what I'm doing when I walk out my job, when I walk out my door to go to work, when I'm walking out any place. First thing I'm doing, filling in my pockets, filling all my pockets. Be about like a FNAF jump scare at the closet. Yep, could be like Foxy on his bitch ass. I'm immediately touching my pockets to figure out where everything is at. Keys, wallet, cell phone. That's the important things, and I need to be checking on, bro, immediately. But this motherfucker gonna have this shit in his backpack. He just chilling.
Laptop. It was a whole thing. It sucks, but things happen.
Right.
It wasn't until a few days later that I realized the situation was 1,000 times worse than I had anticipated.
You think?
I drove home from campus one evening to find a handwritten note slipped under my door. I figured it was just a reminder from my landlord about something, but I was dead wrong.
Okay.
When I opened it up, it just said, "I see you." No name, no
Is that
signature,
the real photo?
just those 3 words. I instantly put 2 and 2 together. Whoever had stolen my backpack had gone through my laptop somehow and figured out where I lived. That was terrifying enough, but just then I had a thought that was so much worse. Whoever had stolen my backpack had my apartment keys. I felt my skin starting to itch. I looked over my shoulder.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie,
to see
bro.
someone there.
Hold on, JJ. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This dude say he said he wasn't scared. This dude said he wasn't scared. Remember, he's like he can hold his own. He's like 20 something. The first thing I would have did, y'all, because they might not see you, right? They're obviously in a spot where they can see your reaction. They're in a spot where they can see your reaction and see how you're going to react to it. Because they're not just going to write a note saying, I can see you, and just, saying they're just going to leave it alone. No, somebody's in an area outside the dorm or inside the dorm or in his closet so they can see his reaction for him to get scared, right? The first thing I would have said, if I can send Mr. Nightmare a real pic, if that's the real pic, I promise you, the moment I found the pic, first thing I would have said, talking about I wasn't scared. Bro, I'm telling you, if it's me, the first thing I want to start a pic, bro, I would have said out loud before. I would have said out loud, but I bet you ain't trying to throw hands though. I said, "Oh, you see me? Oh, you see me? But you ain't trying to throw hands right now." You know what I'm saying? Immediately after that, I'm like, "Oh, you trying to throw hands, but you ain't trying to throw bullets." Immediately, I'm talking about immediately pulling a gun out. If I don't own a gun, I'm finding a place, a pawn shop, getting a gun. Oh, you see me, huh? Reload that and be like, "Oh, you see me? You see this, dude, huh?" Bro, I'm telling you. I'd be like, "I bet you ain't trying to throw hands. I bet you ain't really got scared." That's just been me, bro. There's no way I would have allowed this. This nigga gonna send this to Mr. Nightmare talking about I wasn't scared. You scared enough to take a picture of it and send to Mr. Nightmare, but you ain't about throwing hands though. Don't let somebody see you fold, bro. Like, that's crazy to me.
I ran into my apartment
They
and slammed
regular
the door
people
shut.
like you and me.
I had a deadlock, so even if someone did try to break in,
They
wouldn't be
already in
able
the
to get
house,
past
nigga.
that.
They got your keys.
For the next week, I got more notes, all handwritten. They weren't long.
Let's
just
fight
weird
then.
phrases like, I know what you did, or watch yourself.
Let's fight then.
At that point, it It was really starting to freak me
He's
out.
in a fight.
I had never done anything wrong, really.
You talking about
If
this
someone had gone
movie
through my
horror game
laptop,
bullshit?
who knows what they could have found?
Let's throw
I
him.
really
then.
didn't know what to do.
Let's throw
Would
him.
going to the police even help? I figured I'd wait it out a little longer, hoping
Be
whoever was
mad.
messing with me would get bored. One night, I was getting ready for bed when I noticed something. It was dark outside and my blinds were half closed, but I could have sworn I saw a flash, like someone took a picture of me. I quickly pulled the blinds down, but my heart was racing. There was no one there. Things didn't stop there. I started noticing small things around my apartment, things being moved. At first, I thought I was just being careless.
Your keys,
My shoes would be in a
idiot.
different spot, or my coat would be draped over the chair instead of hung up. It
They
was little
have
things that I could explain
your
away if I really
keys.
tried. But then, one day, I came home to find my bed sheets stripped off and my room completely turned upside down.
Oh, we gotta fight now.
My dresser drawers were pulled out, my
We have
books
to
scattered
fight.
across the floor. It looked like someone had torn through the place. I called the cops, of course, but they didn't do much.
Of course they
No
can't.
forced entry, nothing stolen, so there was not much they could do, apparently.
They can't find
I
the key
asked
that's
my
broken
landlord
in.
to change the locks, but he said it would take at least 2 days to get someone out. I begged him to make it happen sooner. He shrugged it off, saying it wasn't an emergency. I felt betrayed. How in the world could this guy not think that this was an emergency?
He messed with you
I kept
because you
pressuring
scared.
him to do something, but he eventually stopped answering, no matter what I said. That was literally yesterday as I'm writing this. I barely slept at all last night, even though I was safe with the deadlock in place. I'm thinking of changing the locks myself.
The deadlock doesn't, bro. This dude about to piss me off. I'm gonna start rooting out. I'm gonna start rooting for the bad people because this dude pissing me off. He's getting me super mad, bro. I don't need to be getting pissed off right now. I don't need to get. Yo, this nigga's talking about putting a deadlock on the door when the niggas have your keys to the apartment. The niggas are in your closet. They probably sharing your keys with every. This could send this to Mr. Nightmare mid story. The police not doing nothing, but you not compiling this evidence to the police, or you not trying to talk to a friend of yours in the college dorm to help you out. You not buying cameras to stake out when you like not there to see who's entering, how they're entering, are they coming through the closet? Yo, this motherfucker got your keys, bro, on some group chat. He's like, hey, who wanna go over to this nigga house today and steal his stuff? He probably got your stuff in rotation. This dude probably selling to the highest bidder on the college website forums talking about, yeah, I got this nigga room. Oh, yeah, room 8A. Oh, yeah, bro, I already got his keys, bro. I remember, so I looked at his laptop. If y'all want to go in his room today, bro, just let me know, bro. Y'all guys pay me $50 a day. This nigga playing games with you, bro. Seeing you these messages like they got you scared. And then this dude, he pissing me off, bro. You gotta run hands with me, bro. You gotta throw hands with me. I'm sorry. Like, there is no fear. Like, you're a grown man. Like, bro, you're a grown man. Like, get ready to fight, bro.
I'm not sure how I could even do that without causing expensive damage. I called out of all my classes this morning because I'm afraid to leave my room. I'm still here, writing all this down. I'm prepared to confront whoever it is if they come back. I'm sure if they went through my laptop, they would know my class schedule.
She got all the pictures.
Maybe I'll hide somewhere and get the jump on them.
And that
if
old
they try to
notebook
enter
Reese's
while I'm
paper.
supposed to be at class. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll give an update when I can.
That better not be the story. It better not be the story. That better not be the story.
While I'm supposed to be at class. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll give an update when I can.
Yo, I'm gonna let you know right now. The update is you a bitch. The update, next time I hear, if they have the video on the update, send me that so I can react to it. Bro, got no resolution. The update is he's a bitch. The update is if this nigga, if he don't come back with an update and be like, yeah, I found the person who did this and I punched them in the face, bro, because they was trying to hide in my closet when I was filming them, he gonna tell me nothing. There's no way he allowed this to escalate and he has no resolution. And he's still in the same dorm, y'all. Gotta assume he's gotta be like 18 or 19. I don't care, bro. Like, you don't have no friends. You have no plan B. You have nothing in sync. Like have a camera underneath your bed, like filming somebody walking in and putting this and that. I mean, and even if you have the camera in your bed running, right? Spot by like a camera. You know what I'm saying? Hey, babe, hey, mom, dad, yeah. I lost the keys to my room, and I think someone's bothering me. The police not helping. The college don't care. Can you send me money? or can I get like a little spare room, a camera for my room? They get a camera in there, tape, bro, put it under the bed. Figure out who's coming in on your thing, catch him on camera, expose to the university, or beat the fuck out. I don't care, bro. But he a bitch. It's just, I don't know.
I've been having an ongoing issue that I can't keep to myself anymore. I had just broken up with my boyfriend of 2 years, Ben. It wasn't a bad breakup, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah.
We'd been arguing for months, and it was obvious things weren't going to work out. So, when we finally ended things, I thought it was for the best. I blocked him on everything, and that was that. I go to Temple University, and I live in this small apartment near campus. It's on the second floor of an older building, which means I can hear pretty much everything going on outside. A few days after the breakup, I started hearing strange noises at night.
That's a
Not
raccoon.
like regular city sounds.
I'm
These were
joking.
different. Footsteps, quiet shuffling, like someone was just outside my window.
Oh, that's a possum.
At first, I
I'm
figured
joking.
it was just my mind playing tricks on me. Eventually, though, I came to terms that it was probably my ex. The reason I wasn't really freaking out was because Ben was one of the sweetest and most harmless guys there was.
That's how y'all
I
start
mean
off.
that in a nice way, like he'd never do anything drastic or anything to hurt me. I figured he just missed me, so I decided to let it go.
Okay.
Eventually, he'd get bored. Plus, I was already stressed from the breakup, and I had this huge group project due. That project is actually a huge component to this story. I was the one responsible for editing the project and sending it to our professor. I worked on it all night, making sure everything was perfect. I emailed it just before midnight. Relieved to have it done, I went to bed, trying not to think about all the other things going wrong in my life. The next day in class, we were supposed to present the video. My professor plugged in his laptop and pulled up the file I'd sent. I was nervous, but I was also kind of proud of what we'd done. I had a lot of experience with Adobe products, and I knew our video was probably a cut above all the other
Ooh,
groups.
you need Adobe. I
And
used
then
to
the
use
video
Vegas.
started playing, and my stomach dropped. It wasn't our project. Instead, there was this grainy video of someone wearing a scream mask. The person wasn't just sitting there, they were talking. They were saying horrible things about me, my professor, the government. It was disgusting. I don't even want to repeat what was said. That's how sick it was.
You wear a Ghostface mask?
My professor let the video play out a little longer than he should have, probably because he was also in shock. When he did pause it, though, his face was pale. I was frozen in place. I have never been so mortified in my life.
Bro, that's JJ cousin. You know, JJ cousin had pulled up. He was like, he felt like he didn't get enough from the girl, and he immediately starts. He got into a Ghostface costume because he knows Scream 7 was coming out this month, right? Scream 7 coming out, and he was just like, let me immediately start talking trash about everyone in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, JJ, I'm joking. I'm not affiliated with him. I'm joking. Yo, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I will see how long I can go with it before you say something in the comments. Oh, shit, I'm joking.
I was literally frozen. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I could barely breathe. I felt hundreds of eyes on me. The rest of the class was staring at
I'm
me.
like, that's not my
I knew
people.
what they were thinking.
I didn't do that.
After the most painful seconds of my life, I snapped out of my humiliation
Wake
and
up.
burst out into tears before running out of the lecture hall. I felt a panic attack coming on. I debated going home, but I knew I'd definitely get expelled.
Yo,
if I-
I'm playing so much with the JJ situation. I'm sorry, they had me weak, bro. But seriously though, what are you talking about? You broke out of the classroom. If you don't be like, I don't know what this is, sir. I didn't turn this in. This is not my paper. Like, I need, like, bro, I mean, like, can we please, like, call security? I would, like, be freaking out, but in front of the class. So this nigga don't, hey, she embarrassed? Embarrassment? You getting harassed. Like, bro, you're about to get an F in this class. You know what I'm saying? And who knows if this F is a failing grade for her to, like, get dropped out of school or some shit. It's some crazy things about her, too. Right? So, like, if he's saying crazy about me and the professor, I'm like, obviously it's not me. And do you hear this voice? It's not me. Like, bro, can we call security and then, like, figure out how this shit happening? Can we, bro, she's
left.
tripping.
Reluctantly, I waited outside the building for the class to end before approaching my professor. I basically pleaded with him that I had no idea what happened, that I was positive I had sent the right video.
I hope.
He decided to hear me out and confirmed that 2 videos had been sent. The first one was my project. And the more recent one was the one he played in class.
Then why would he play the other
Clearing
one?
things up with the university took a lot of time and hassle, but I was eventually able to do it.
Bet.
I won't bore you with the details. Nothing was going to erase the humiliation, though.
Yeah.
It was also clear that my email had been hacked, which was a much bigger problem. I changed my password and thought I had just gotten super unlucky. That's when things got worse.
Oh, it gets worse.
1 week later, I woke up to being logged out of Snapchat. That only happens when someone else logs in, which meant I had
This
gotten
nigga
hacked
all
there
your
too.
information?
I don't even want to think about what they found. There was a lot of stuff on my Snapchat I don't feel comfortable talking about.
It's her OnlyFans page.
I called the
trying to
police,
hide.
told them everything, and to my surprise, Ben agreed to let them question him. The police were able to confirm that Ben wasn't behind any of it. He did, however, admit that he posted my private information on some online forum right after we broke up. He swore he never posted any of my passwords, but my passwords were easy to guess, and like an idiot, I used the same password for everything.
That's your fault then.
The police told me that there wasn't much they could do.
Right?
Ben wasn't responsible for the hacking. That's when the full gravity of the situation hit me. Someone else had basically all of my private information.
Nah, Ben
They
was
could
Ben
probably
cousin
blackmail
was.
me. I changed my passwords immediately, but it might have been too late by then. A few weeks went by and nothing happened. My best guess is that whoever was tormenting me realized I had gotten the police involved and didn't want to risk being caught. I thought that was the end of it. Of course, it wasn't.
Hell no.
One day, some random person added me on Snapchat, which wasn't too unusual. When I added them back, though, they started sending me pictures of me. I'm sure you can guess the types of things they were sending.
What?
I blocked them before they could threaten me, which I'm sure they were
Why
about
would you add them back? Yo, y'all, bro, this is why I'm saying niggas be like, if somebody's doing something to me, I would never know. I have been having the same number call me. It's like an 855 number. You're not in my cell phone. You're not in my cell phone contacts. I'm not answering the phone. You're a random number, nigga. Scam likely is a actual thing. If you're not a number in my context, I'm not answering the phone. What? It is 2026, bro. Are you stupid? Why are you just letting random Snapchat accounts add you? Like, bro, that's how y'all roll. Yo, is that how y'all roll on social media? No, I'm being serious. Did y'all roll like that on social media, bro? I understand, like, people, like, sometimes y'all be like, okay, I see somebody's video. Let me just hit the like button on that, bro. Let me just follow somebody's account. No. Y'all need to be following people who y'all really mess with, bro. Like, this is just a life lesson. Like, the fact that you just let somebody follow you and they send a random picture of you, bro, you don't know who the fuck that is on your body, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? This reminds me of a funny skit that they had made up. It was a funny skit that Long Beach Griffey actually did. And it was funny. It was just a skit about how females are so quick to, like, deny dudes of giving, like, dudes their phone number nowadays. Or the phone numbers, you know what I'm saying, to these chicks are just so a big deal. It's like, no, you can't have my number, but hit me up on Snapchat. Hit me up on Instagram. And then you go to the Instagram and Snapchat. Literally, the Instagram and Snapchat tells you their whole life. Like, where they were born at, what the age they are. The Snapchat tell you where their location at. And you can just easily have access to everything about them like this. Everything about them. He literally made a skit about it. And it's funny because it's like, I can have your phone number, which is just a little bit of information about you, but it comes to find out your whole location and a bunch of pictures and everything about you, you know, saying through a profile, you can allow me to have access to. What? It's crazy.
No. I burst into tears. I've never felt more helpless in my life. For about a week, random profiles would add me on Snapchat. I knew it was the same person.
He already got you.
And I never accepted their ads out of fear that they would blackmail me or ask for money.
You shouldn't have.
This has been ongoing for about a week now, and I don't know what to do. There's literally no evidence or any way I can track this person. The police don't have enough information to get involved, and it's not like they could do anything
Right,
anyway.
they ain't gonna IP check
The
it.
worst part is they literally know my address and whatever else about my personal life. If I keep ignoring their Snapchat ads, they might do something drastic. They've already lurked outside my apartment. I wouldn't put it past them to go further.
Yeah.
I'm praying that they get bored and just quit. For any young ladies listening, be careful about what kind of pictures are on your phone. I don't know if this will ever end.
Look, bro. Young ladies, don't be stupid. Like, just don't be stupid, young ladies. Stop interacting with everybody. Stop thinking everyone's... it's like I said, niggas be living different lives than me, bro. Y'all have no sense of caution or like, you know what I'm saying, sense of this could not be the play. Like y'all jump into anything, parties. It could be men or women, bro. And this whole thing what I learned with the students, y'all niggas, bro, y'all just think nothing can happen to y'all, bro. I swear. Can we talk about it for like? Can we talk about it? Y'all swear that nothing can happen to y'all. Y'all swear all these stories from like Mr. It's like Mr. Nightmare, like all these people. This is just essentially like true crime stories that happen that people haven't got caught for yet, or people who did get caught, or you haven't heard in the news because it didn't blow up that serious because it was random people. But this stuff happened every day, and that's how I take it as. I listen to true crime stuff all the time. It's like people swear that because I live in this area and it's a small town and I know this person and Johnny next door has been hanging out with me since we was kids, that Johnny can't be a creep or he can't be, you know, saying some sick bastard that's ready to murder 35 people in 2 seconds, or he have his own family issues. You know, it's so much stuff, bro. People swear that, you know, saying nothing can happen to them, bro, until like they're caught up into something, and then it's like, oh, I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave my Snapchat, or I slept with Johnny, and then Johnny was this random dude I didn't know at this party, and now he has a green mark on his face, bro. Until to find out he was trying to sacrifice my body. It's like, bro, like look into stuff like that, bro. People be moving crazy, and y'all just be like, you know what? No, well, let's just want to have fun. Let's party. Let's just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to let somebody y'all out, y'all don't even care. All right, let's keep it going, bro. Damn, Jesus Christ, man, 55% battery already. Let's go to this 3 true countryside horror stories.
This is the best
It's
handheld
good
gaming
streaming
accessory
again,
on the
y'all.
market. This is the gaming pillow by Mechanism, with a soft,
don't
lightweight
care
base
about this
and 2
ad.
unique docking points.
Can we
This is the only
please
gaming pillow that will entirely support the weight of your
skip this?
device.
Thank
The
you.
extension arm is
Damn. Talk too much. We got 55
My
minutes
name is
left.
Evan. I'm 28 years old.
Okay.
After my divorce, I moved to a small town named Chatham in Alabama. Apart from my parents' house, I didn't really have anywhere else to go, so I came to live in my grandfather's old house. He passed away a few years ago and left the place to us.
Okay.
It's about 10 minutes outside town, sitting on 10 acres surrounded by woods. It's real quiet out there. I thought I'd enjoy that. The house is old, wood floors that creak, doors that stick, the kind of place that always feels a little cold no matter how high the thermostat is. But it was free, and I didn't have a better option.
He said, I do like
First
free.
few nights were normal. I unpacked and cleaned. I spent the evening sitting on the porch with a beer. It was peaceful. No traffic, just the wind through the trees and the occasional owl. But then the noises started. The first time I heard it was on the 7th night. I had just gotten into bed around midnight. I was almost asleep when I heard whistling outside.
I already know who it is.
It wasn't a song I recognized.
It's a mimic.
Just a slow, broken tune, off key. It sounded like someone walking through the woods behind the
Cryptic.
house, whistling as they went.
It's a flesh
It
pedestrian.
creeped me out, but I figured it was some hunter or drunk neighbor. The next night, it happened again. Same time, same tune, but this time it sounded closer. I got out of bed and turned on the porch light, but I didn't see anyone.
I bet you shoot in the air.
I went outside with the flashlight and checked around the yard.
You got a gun?
Nothing. No tracks, no sounds of someone running off. Just the whistling, fading deeper into the woods. I tried to ignore it. For a couple of nights, I just stayed in bed and tried to sleep through it. But every time, the whistling would start around 1:17 a.m. I know that sounds like a random number, but I swear it was always
Yeah,
around
whistling that
1:15 or
shotgun. Bet you
1:19,
know it's
somewhere
happening.
there. It was like clockwork. I started thinking maybe someone was messing with me on purpose.
I bet you
Someone
were
who
sounding
knew I
that
was
gun
out
when
there
you start
alone.
whistling.
I called the sheriff's office a few days later. An old deputy, who I'll call Deputy H, came out. He'd been in the job a long time. When I told him what was happening, he got real quiet. He said word for word, your granddaddy used to call us about the same thing. Said someone was whistling around the property late at night.
What?
Always in the spring. We never found anything. I
What?
figured he was just getting old, but now you're hearing it too. That shook me.
What
I
do you
had
mean?
no idea my grandfather dealt with this.
Oh, hell no.
Deputy H told me to keep the doors locked and stay inside
Oh,
after
no.
dark.
No, no,
I
no,
started
no,
doing
no,
that.
JJ. No, he can't. No, he's not going to sit here and get away with that. No, hell no. You see my skin color? I'd be damned if I took over this house, bro. You telling me my people have been telling you about this problem before, and y'all took it light because he was old, but then now when I got the same situation, we not going to break up an investigation like, wait a minute, this is the second person that's telling us something. Let me get the police force out here and just start, saying, doing a little search, saying, in the immediate area and see if we find anything. I feel comfortable then. This dude just like, I mean, your grandfather used to say the same thing. Let me know if it keep happening. No, get your ass out here with the rest of the police force and help my ass out.
Not
You
like
tripping?
I wasn't already. I double-checked every window. One night I even put chairs under the doorknobs, but the whistling kept coming. Closer every night.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. I know what it is, bro. The immediate defense for black. This person's probably white, no racial, because they're in the countryside. The immediate defense for black people. You ever seen Corey Kingston video? Just to get loud. Hey, I bet you ain't trying to fight though. I'm sorry. I can just imagine. I'm crying. I'm gonna cry, bro. I can just imagine. I'm at my house right here, and the reason I be in my house, bro, and it's be the middle of the night, y'all be sleeping, and I'll wake up because I have weird sleep schedule. I'll go to sleep at like last couple of days. I'm going to sleep at like 8 o'clock, and I'll wake up at 11 p.m. still tired. You know what I'm saying? Go back to sleep, and I'll wake up at like 3 a.m. Right, and then let's say I have a bunch of stray cats. The cats start fighting or something underneath the house, and they be like loud. I mean, other ones trying to jump on other cats, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this while I'm trying to sleep? But like, if I hear any sound, you feel any sound effect that's not normal. I've been here for a long time. I know how the house creaks. I know how it sounds when someone's walking on floorboards. I know when someone pulls up on this gravel road leading up to my house. I know how every sound sounds across this house. I know when the animal's moving. I know when someone's jiggling a doorknob. I'm telling you, let me hear something in my house. I'm immediately gonna be like, hey, I bet you ain't trying to fight though. Just immediately, bro, I'm talking about, you gonna hear machete sounds, bro, graze against the door. I'm be like, hey, you trying to get hit with this? Like, bro, what you trying to do?
One night I heard it behind the shed. It was louder than usual, like the person was standing right outside.
He gonna
I
investigate?
grabbed my flashlight and looked through the blinds. I didn't see anyone, but I didn't dare go outside.
But she ain't going outside though.
The next night,
That's the
I
problem.
heard it from the front porch, right by the door. 3 long whistles, then silence. The night after that, it came from under the floorboards. I swear to God, it was like someone was in the crawl space, whistling up through the vents.
Record it and then point to the police if you ain't trying to fight them. Like, dang.
I didn't sleep at all that night.
Now you
I
losing your
started
sleep.
digging through the attic the
Find
next
another
day,
nigga.
trying to find anything my grandfather left behind. I found a box of his journals. He wrote about the whistling.
What's that shit
He
say?
said it happened every spring for over 10 years. He
Okay.
didn't know who it was, but he thought it was someone watching the house.
Yeah,
He said
possible.
he used to sit up with a rifle by the front door just in case.
Whoa!
He said it only ever happened when he lived alone, after my grandmother died. I called Deputy H again. He came by and read the journal, and he looked nervous.
That you were cop.
He told me to be careful. He said, don't open the door if you don't know who it is.
Bro, it's beyond that. No, nigga, nah, bro. Nigga not gonna make me feel uncomfortable in my home. Like, I'm not paying rent, but I own this. Like, this is my house. I own this land. I don't own the land. Maybe I own the land. Maybe I own the land. Maybe I own the house. This is my house, though. They don't tell you. How do I not get sleep and feel uncomfortable in my own spot, JJ? JJ, it's your house, bro. What are we talking about? We over now, bro. We gotta start growing. We gotta grow some cojones, bro. Like we are adults, bro. He took over his grandfather. The grandfather sat by the front door with a shotgun. Gonna be real uncomfortable when you sleep. And start whistling 2 inches from your ear. Like, bro, you ain't gonna be whistling in my ear while I'm trying to get sleep. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to wake up and go deal with this in the morning. I got this and that to do. He over here got some rando whispering in my ear. Nah, bro, I'm gonna get some dogs around the house. Get some mean pit bulls. I'm gonna tell the cops, hey, can I get like a surveillance team parked 2 houses down with like Dracos with scopes in them and shit, so we can just scope the house. Y'all don't even have to have guns. Y'all can just have binoculars, and then like I can get on the phone with y'all, and once the whistling start, right, I can be like, "Oh, y'all hear the whistling? Yeah, it's happening right now." And they be like, "Oh yeah, we hear whistling. We out there, bro." And somebody immediately just jump out of a bush and just start like finding where the whistling coming from. Can we fix this? No, I gotta be in my own home, terrified, waiting for the sound of whistling to come from different areas, and I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, there it go again. It's 2 a.m. No, nigga. Oh, it's during the spring again. You already know what that means. No, nigga. Help me."
That night, I stayed up. I sat on the couch with a shotgun across my lap. A
Okay.
shotgun I barely knew how to load.
He has a
I waited.
shotgun,
At
y'all.
1:17 a.m., the whistling started again.
Shoot out the
But
window.
this time, it didn't come from outside.
Shoot out the window.
It came from the hallway, inside the house. I froze.
Shoot it.
The hallway light was off. I could hear the whistling moving closer, step by step.
Okay.
I stood up, aimed the shotgun, and shouted, "Who's there?" The whistling stopped.
Bet.
I flipped the hallway light on.
They understand English.
Nothing was there.
Okay.
No one.
Okay.
I didn't sleep again after that.
But it's a demon.
It was two
Now,
nights since then.
now that we established the demonic entity, now we can be like, okay, it's time to leave that house. That's just pretty much it. There's no other conversation, bro. Unless it's a skit, there's no other conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now that we understand what's going on, bro, it's a demonic entity. It can have the whole house and all the land. I don't need no more. I'm going to steal my mom. You got it. On me.
And I hadn't heard it again. I was getting sick. I didn't know who this person was. I didn't know why they picked me or my grandfather. But it was real, and I knew it was. I don't believe in hallucinations to that degree, nor do I believe in anything paranormal. This was a real person.
Oh.
After that night, things went quiet for 2 days.
But it was in the hallway.
No
all of a
sounds,
sudden.
no movement, no sign of anything. I thought maybe it was finally
They
over.
say he don't know how to shoot the
On
shotgun.
the third night, I went to bed just after midnight. I didn't stay up this time. I left the hallway light on just in case. At exactly 1:17 a.m., I woke up to a new sound. Not whistling, knocking. Slow, paced out knocks. 3 of them. They were coming from inside the house, from the back door. Then silence. I didn't move. I stayed in bed, listening. A minute later, I heard a new sound. A creak from the floorboard in the hallway. Then another.
They got it.
Someone was
They got the
walking.
whole house.
The hallway light went out. I grabbed my shotgun, heart pounding, and stepped out of the bedroom. The hallway was dark, but at the end of it, I saw something. A person wearing black clothes, pale face. They were standing perfectly still, just
So-
watching me. I raised the shotgun, but my hands were shaking. I tried to speak, but my mouth was dry. I raised the shotgun, but my hands were shaking. I screamed, "Don't move," with my shaky voice. I saw in
Pale
the dark
face?
the person slowly start lifting their leg and turning as if they were about to run. I screamed, "Stop," and at that moment they darted out of the hallway, out of my line of sight. I heard their surprisingly heavy footsteps stomping out the front door into the dark. I ran outside and fired a shot, not into the air, but straight ahead into the darkness, low-key hoping I'd hit him in the dark. I screamed, "Don't come back." The shot hurt my ears, ricocheting off the walls of the house and the deck. I locked up the house, got to my truck, and drove into town. I slept in my truck that night. The next morning, Deputy H drove out there. The front door to the house was unlocked again.
Jocelyn.
That confirmed whoever that person was had a key to my grandfather's house.
Oh.
Nothing was broken or missing, but Deputy H recommended I change the locks, and he also off the record suggested I move out of that old place, because someone out in those woods hasn't taken kindly to either my grandfather or myself being in that house.
Bingo.
I drove out to the local home improvement store and switched the locks that day,
That's
that
right.
same hour. After that, I left that house to go to my parents' house out of state for a while. I left it to my dad to eventually sell that house. Anything of sentimental value we took out, and the rest was just left in there or sold. My father, of course, left out the fact that there's some creep who's been stalking the house for apparently decades
See, a
now.
lot of people.
How
But
they potentially got a key, who they were, why my grandfather never said anything, I don't know. It all disturbs me deeply. I personally think it was some disturbed creep living in a nearby house. I eventually moved to a more urban area. This experience left me honestly
We're
too
burning
unsettled
down.
to live in a remote location.
Here's the thing with that story. Bro, the fact that the grandfather allowed this stuff to happen to a degree, and the grandfather left the journal just about it, and then he didn't even like. I don't know, bro. He had a key, bro, and then somebody was there with a pale face. I don't know. I'm kind of like cross between is this paranormal or is it actually real? Because this could be talking to some paranormal stuff. They said a pale face, some paranormal. I mean, but at the same time, he was like stop, and then like, he pointed a gun. So I'm not sure. Just me personally, like the only thing I can think of is when he said change the locks ASAP. And if after the locks is changed and it still happened, I'm going paranormal and then I'm getting out the house, burn that shit down. But other than that, bro, stay your ground, bro, and learn how to use a shotgun. This nigga said he don't know how to use a shotgun. Talking about he just know how to reload it, but he want to use fucking like to fool somebody else.
Time to up your t-shirt
That
game. With
story had me,
millions
I
of
don't know.
designs to choose from,
What y'all think?
T-Public
Y'all
is ready to
paranormal
find
or y'all
your
think that's
next
for
daily.
real? Let me know in the chat. It's paranormal or y'all think that's for real? Somebody accidentally the keys to his grandfather's house.
I'm
Just popping up.
16 and live in the city now, but I've spent the first 8 years of my life in the countryside. For some people, it might seem weird, as I was allowed from a very young age to walk around the small village without being supervised by my parents.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You said you're 16, bro, and you let me stop. You said you're 16, bro, and you're in the countryside. 16 in the countryside is not equivalent as in the city. Okay, your boy lived in the city for a minute. I understand the city road is different. The fact that you over there comfortable, you walking around with the cows at night when you 16 in the countryside. Your neighbor know your neighbor, and your neighbor know your neighbor. Y'all all friends with Sally Mae down the street. I'm letting you know right now, you being 16 in the country, that's totally fine walking around, bro, late night. What you about to get into today in this non-country city place, I'm gonna let you know. Don't do it.
The area itself wasn't very big, and the entire population was about 90 people maximum.
90.
Basically, everyone knew everyone, to the point that me and my friends remembered the car numbers and whom they belonged to. It was a hot summer day. My friend and I, who I'll call Julian, were dead thirsty for some Coca-Cola. Back then, soda was very cheap at those little supermarkets.
Oh, shit,
We
it's
really
25
needed a
cents.
couple of pennies to get the right amount of money to buy 2 cans.
Okay,
Look-
all right. So I'm letting y'all know right now. This is way back in 1962. This nigga said we had a bunch of pennies. Just not as 2 little people. It's 90 people. Everyone knows everyone's business, and then it took a couple of cents, y'all, to buy. This fucker was buying. This is back, y'all. This is back when my dad was born in 1960 something, 1962. This was back when my dad was a kid, bro, going to the store and getting Coke for like a couple of cents, 5 cents, bro. This is like how old this is. It's crazy.
An old woman called us from her house. She explained that she was going to make some mint tea for everyone since her birthday was coming up.
Mint tea.
The
Nobody
issue
want that
was, she ran out of mint plants. So she told us that if we'd fill 2 plastic bags with mint leaves, she would buy us as much soda as we wanted.
shit. That's crazy.
Julian and I thought it was a great idea, since I didn't want to ask my parents for any money. Soon later that day, we started digging. The sun was literally frying our foreheads, and our
Hell
clothes
no.
were soaked in sweat. We searched for mints, but despite our efforts, we barely filled half of the first plastic bag. Both of us were very mad, since we knew there was no way we would actually manage to gather enough leaves before the sun went down. Still, we kept walking and looking around, hoping that
olden
some
days.
miracle would happen and we would find a field full of plants. Suddenly, 2 tall guys approached us, completely out of nowhere.
It's the Men in
And when I
Black.
say tall, they were probably like 5'7", yet they seemed like giants to our 7-year-old selves.
Say 7?
What surprised me the most was that they were both covered in black clothes,
Nope.
with large
I
hoodies
told
and tight
y'all.
pants.
I told y'all. Y'all didn't believe me. Y'all thought I was joking just now. I said it before he even said it. They were covered in black suits, bro. It's the Men in Black. Bro, they're here, bro. They're trying to catch aliens, bro, but they were trying to make sure I didn't see nothing, but they use that light, bro. They'll be like, did you see anything? Telling you, bro.
None of them looked older than 17, despite being very hard to make out their facial features.
Short and retreating.
They talked to us in a very friendly,
Facts.
childish voice. Their words carefully chosen to not raise any suspicion.
Right?
Are you kids both alone? Julian looked at me. He seemed a little worried and made a hand gesture that signed to leave.
Right.
Unfortunately, body language was never my cup of tea,
Thanks,
so I didn't
bro.
understand what he wanted us to do. I shifted my attention back to the two guys and spoke in a rather cheerful voice, saying, "Yeah, we're actually looking for some mint plants."
Julian said.
And then asked where we could find a bunch of
Heard
those.
that.
We've been looking for so long and we're really tired. Now, I'm not really sure, but I have a short flashback of one of the two guys smirking when they heard what we were looking for. One of them crouched next to me and patted my head. Julian quickly came close to me, pulling me back by the arm a little when he saw the guy touching me.
Right.
His expression was serious, almost a little panicked.
Too little to
And he
understand.
asked, "Who are your parents?" You see, from where I come from, that question requested the answer to be by last name. Since there were so few people, not many new generations were born. So asking who your parents were was a common way to identify the entire bloodline of the person. Julian was born in the countryside, so he knew the people much better than me. I assume he was scared because he didn't recognize the two guys, and the fact that they were talking to two small kids without anyone around,
Right.
even patting my head, instantly sent a red flag to him. Just as he feared, they avoided the question, looking like I was their main interest.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've seen a big field of mints. You see that hill over there? That's where we come from. If you want, we could lead you to the field and help you fill those bags, or
Fuck
even more. Of course, we knew that hill. Julian and I and the other kids would play hide and seek in its forest at night, and
Right.
it was such fun I can't even describe it.
Nope.
But still, not once have I ever seen any sort of mint field. After all,
So you
the
know
only
that.
things that grew there were corn, grapes, and some watermelons.
So you know that.
Again, I was a very idiotic kid, and all of those
You
red
that
flags
stupid?
meant nothing serious to me.
You ain't catch on?
I nodded eagerly, pulling Julian by the arm to come with me.
Julian like
The
no.
guys seemed satisfied and began to lead the way.
But
We were walking further and
Julian
further
about to-
away from the
Julian about
village.
to dip
and I
on
could
you.
feel my friend's hand tremble in mine. At that
Bro, here's the thing. Julian, I need you to understand something. If you're watching this story back, it's only excuses the author was 7. Fuck no, it's not even an excuse at this point, JJ, because yeah, we can give him the excuse that the Arthur was 7, but the nigga that's his friend is pulling him back, and he's also 7 years old. His friend's pulling him back and be like, this is kind of weird. Me and you good friends. Stranger danger. Let's get the out of here. He's not realizing it.
point, I felt a sudden shiver down my spine, as the village was now
I
completely nowhere
would
to be
get you.
seen.
If I'm Julian, I'm
The
busting out.
forest was
leaving.
right in front of us, and I could see that there was no trace of any field of mint.
Then why are you still
I tried asking
entertaining
the
it?
guys where we were going, but they gave very vague answers like, "You'll
Stop.
see," or "Just be patient."
No, let's
I began
not.
to sweat as well, and slowed my steps
Oh,
a
there's a
little.
little girl.
Panic was rushing through my veins, and I quickly
Run.
realized something bad was going to happen.
Okay, run.
For some reason, I couldn't stop walking.
Oh
I
my
knew for
God.
sure that if either of us tried to step back, something really, really bad would happen.
Step back.
Then, very discreetly, Julian came close to my ear, and I still get chills remembering this so vividly. He whispered as silently as he could, "There's something wrong with these two.
Yes.
Run." That was the last thing I heard when Julian began sprinting downhill like crazy, his hand not breaking contact with mine.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Julian. Give this nigga the W, bro. Are we serious? Something's not right. It's like this time of talking's over. He is gone. Julian is gone. And you lucky enough that Julian's grabbing your hands. Thank you, Julian. Clutch as hell. Julian the type of nigga, bro, when you look back at this shit, you better grow up, and if you still in contact with Julian right now, you better say thank you right now to Julian as a grown adult. I don't even care if Julian could turn out to be a alcoholic, fucking abusing his wife bastard. I'm letting you know right now, till this day, you better be like, Julian, I know you abuse your wife, bro, and you're a drunk bitch, but look here, bro. Like, I appreciate you for taking my hand and running away that time when we were 7 years old, because we probably might not even be here right now.
And for a single second, I was running as if my life depended
Hell
on
yeah.
it, and it probably did, actually.
Hell yeah.
I could hear the two guys curse, and eventually they started chasing us from
Sister's
behind.
16 now.
I started crying loudly with fear,
I hope she's your
not
friend
stopping
too.
in my tracks. I'm sure I wasn't even breathing, and I can't understand how in the world I ran for almost 2 kilometers back into the village without a break
Y'all
or a
kids
breath.
that have more stamina, okay?
The woman who asked us to look for the mint saw us both, full of tears and sweat. Our faces were pale, as if all the blood left our bodies in that very moment.
Oh yeah.
At some point, as we got closer to the village, those guys must have stopped following us.
Okay.
She calmly took us inside and gave us some chocolate to feel better.
Okay.
She asked what had happened, and Julian was the one to tell her, since my mouth was completely paralyzed. As soon as he finished, the woman gave us a worried look and scolded us for being so stupid. Well,
Nope.
scolded
You
Julian,
mad, Jim?
as he lied, saying I didn't want to follow them, and he insisted on trusting the guys. After
He
that
lied
incident,
for
he
you
wasn't
too?
allowed to come outside and play for a month, while I needed lots of time to recover from the small trauma. I never found out who those guys were, or what they wanted from us. Looking back now, much older, I can likely guess, and that doesn't sit well with me. While we were running, there was a
Pedophile.
huge chance I could have tripped and fell, since running downhill at that speed was very risky. If it wasn't for Julian, who is now my boyfriend, I don't
What?
even want to imagine what those guys would have done to
Hey,
us.
yo,
Wondering how I
yo,
survived days.
what?
I don't. That's
She's
why I had a
dating? Yo,
personality
oh my
test
god,
and
this is the
screening
best
process.
ending
I
to
know it
any
sounds
story I didn't
diverse,
heard
but
on
my
Mr. Nightmares,
personality
bro.
got
Are you serious?
If it wasn't
Do you hear that?
for Julian, who is now my boyfriend, I don't even want to imagine what those guys would have done to us.
W. We know these two because wanted. You already know they was pedophilia, bro. You already know they was on some EDP, bro. You know they was on what's that dude? The dude that just got busted. W. Julian. If you watching this reaction, I know you probably not. Listen to me, Julian. You deserve to date her, bro. You saved her life, bro. Y'all niggas might not even be living right now, bro. They were gonna do bad things to y'all. You saved that girl, bro. You had the insight at 7 years old. And now you're dating her, bro. Keep her safe, bro, because obviously her intellect is not all the way there. I mean, maybe it is now, bro, but like, bro, W. Julian. I've never heard a greater ending in a Mr. Nightmare story in my fucking life right now. Do you understand what I'm telling you, bro? Julian, you're the insight at 7 years old, bro. Just keep it up, bro. W. Julian, you are that guy, bro. You are that fucking guy. That's so cool. Real life childhood friends to lovers over something traumatic like that.
My parents used to work a lot when I was little. They both had to work 2 jobs because they needed extra support for me and my older brother Cameron. Their jobs kept us on our feet, but still required them to be gone most of the time. So they hired a babysitter for us on some website. It was a young white girl, maybe early 20s, named Michelle.
Is she a freak?
For about 4 to 5 months, Michelle
Bless
came
the
over
woman.
every weekday to babysit us. Me being 7 and Cam being 8, we both loved having Michelle around. She was young, polite, and very energetic, which meant we could have a lot of fun playing with her versus some old lady that's always tired.
It's crazy. The first thing I said was, is she a freak, bro? I just realized that the stories is told by Mia, and then they're like super underage. So let's just immediately avoid all that I just said.
And in a bad mood. Cam and I did online classes because school would be too hard for my parents to keep up with. Michelle also helped with that a lot. When summertime came around, my parents told Michelle she should go relax for a bit. You know, they wanted her to have a nice summer vacation, especially after all she'd done for us. But that also meant that we didn't have a babysitter for the summer. My parents didn't want to go through the process of finding a trustworthy babysitter, so they decided to just take Cam and I to our grandparents' house. They lived in Texas in the countryside, which is a little far from our house in Oklahoma,
Okay.
but it would be worth a drive given we'd be there all summer. The weekend came around, and on Saturday, we started our drive. The ride was beautiful, but obviously to little me, it was the most boring, nauseous experience ever. We finally made it to their house after what felt like forever. It was a medium-sized cabin-looking house in the middle of a big open field and woods around the back. A little off to the side was kind of a barn-style building with an area for animals such as cows, goats, chickens, and other cool stuff.
That's really some crazy shit.
We all said our hellos, and right away, my grandpa wanted to take Cam and I on a little tour around the place. My parents stayed inside talking to my grandma as she cooked dinner for us. The night was amazing. We got to catch up with Grandma and Grandpa, and we played a little bit with their dog Cora. When it was time for bed, my brother and I shared a room with a bunk bed and a TV. The room next door was another bedroom where my parents slept. My mom and dad fell asleep very fast because they were tired from the drive, and they had to be home the next day for work on Monday. Cam and I stayed up a little bit longer watching some cartoons on TV.
Hey,
After a bit, we finally went to sleep with the TV on. Around 2 a.m., I was woken up by the sound of footsteps outside my window.
I'm sorry?
Heavy footsteps. I couldn't see what was out there because the window had blinds over them. The footsteps didn't wake up Cam because the TV was still playing, but I could still hear them. I then heard a weird noise coming from the window, and after 2 seconds, I heard a grunt. Someone was trying to open it. I went to my parents' room to wake them up and tell them. They didn't really believe me and thought it was my imagination, of course.
Of
When
course.
they went to check, nothing was there. So they just brushed it off as an animal sound. We were in the middle of nowhere after all, and maybe my kid brain really did think it was something it wasn't. I fell back asleep after 5 minutes of just laying there. In the morning, I woke up to the delicious smell of my grandma cooking breakfast as my parents were packing to go home. We all ate together, then my parents were off. Once they left, my grandpa took Cam and I to go feed the animals while taking Cora on a walk. I wanted to have Cora's leash, so my grandpa handed it to me, saying to hold on tight. As we were walking along the trail, I found myself having to pull Cora a little bit every 5 seconds. When I finally looked to see why she wasn't walking, I saw her staring at something. She was staring in the woods. I was a little scared to look in the direction, but when I did, I saw a black figure standing there staring at us.
Oh,
Even though it was all black, I could tell he was looking at us. He was half behind a tree with his hands on the wood, as if he were trying to peek over
Yeah, I
but
know
with
that
his whole
is.
body. I turned to my grandpa to tell him, but him and Cam were already like 15 feet ahead of me.
that's
I
Mr.
ran to
Batman
catch up
cousin.
with them while having to pull Cora a little bit. But once I told my grandpa about the man in the woods, the man vanished. It was
What?
like he was never even there.
Whoa.
I thought I would have been able to see him if he ran off, but where could he have gone? My grandpa heard about what happened the night before, so me telling him something like that couldn't be me playing tricks on them. I could tell in his face that he was concerned, but he just told me that it was okay and that it was probably a deer in the distance. That when I
In a
ran,
black
I scared
hoodie?
it off.
The deer in the black
After we
hoodie?
fed the animals, we went back to their house. We enjoyed the rest of the day watching movies and playing outside in the sprinklers. That night, my grandma made the best dinner too.
Still playing
It
on
was a
top,
lot
huh?
of food, so after eating, I was really tired.
Go to sleep,
I took a
bitch.
quick 10-minute bath and headed right to mine and my brother's room. Again, we watched cartoons for a bit and fell asleep. Around 1 a.m., I was woken up by the sound of humming outside the window.
I'm
I was
sorry?
humming to the theme song of Cyber Chase, the show that was playing.
I'm be like, sir, why do you watch Cyber Chase 2? Nope. She just said nope. I'm be like, sir, why do you watch Cyber Chase 2? I was like, I don't even watch this show. I fell asleep. I was over there watching Scooby Doo. Why are you humming this? I was watching Tom and Jerry. You don't know the theme song of that, nigga? Get off away from my window.
And being the heavy sleeper he was,
Like, what
didn't
are you
wake up
talking
to
about?
it. And as I said earlier,
Cyber
the
Chase
blinds
is a
were
bang?
over the window, so I couldn't see what it was.
Well,
I
you talking
knew
about
for sure
Scooby Doo? You talking about Scooby Doo in the Cyber Chase? Oh, that was a banger. I don't know what cartoon you're talking about. Cyber Chase. The only Cyber Chase I know is Scooby Doo in the Cyber Chase. Oh, we're gonna watch that on movie night soon, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I want to go back on movie nights, but guess what? I went back to my Twitch. I don't know what stream I did, bro. That I didn't delete the VOD fast enough, but I now have 2 copyright strikes on my Twitch, and these niggas talking about number 3. You're out of here. You don't know Cyber Chase? PBS? Nah, bro. PBS Kids, bro. You gotta understand. I'm 32. And PBS Kids. When I was on PBS Kids, it was Clifford the Red Dog. If that, it was Hey Arthur. It was what was the other bullshit, bro? Big Comfy Couch, Blues Clues. There wasn't none of that. Oh, that was 2002. Yeah, bro. Nah, dude. I'm 2002. I was watching Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man movie live action. I was watching Scooby-Doo live action, bro. I wasn't watching it.
At this point, it had to be a person. At first, I thought it was my grandpa outside smoking.
Why would
And for
Grandpa
some
be
reason, he
outside
started humming the
smoking?
intro because he
Yeah.
heard it through the window.
No.
Of course, that was a dumb explanation.
Yes.
But me being the kid I was, I yelled out, "Grandpa?"
He's like,
The
yeah.
humming stopped. After 30 seconds of no sound, I then heard, "Hey, it's Grandpa. Come out here, kid. I want to show you something cool."
Oh, bet. All
I
right.
then proceeded to put on my shoes.
And he gonna go. I'm like, all right, Grandpa. Like, give me a second. I wanna went to my grandpa room. I'm like, Grandpa, you was outside telling me to, you want to show me something cool. He been like, oh yeah, I did, bro. Wait right there. My grandpa wanna grab a shotgun, follow me outside, and blew his head clean off his fucking shoulders. That's exactly how that would have went in real life.
And went outside. There were no lights, but I remember how beautiful the night sky looked. I finally got to my window where I saw my grandpa standing.
2 hollow points.
He reached out his hand for me to grab it. I took his hand, and he started leading me towards the barn. I tried talking to him, asking where we were going, but no answer. I started to rethink what was happening. Why would my grandpa be outside at 1 a.m. showing me something cool? Why was he wearing a sweater?
Yes. And no, it's so many red flags. I'm not even gonna let this slide. 'Cause I was gonna be like, oh, it's the last story. Let's let it slide. He's just a kid. No, nigga, it's 1 in the morning, bro. It's 1 in the morning. You don't understand that it's 1 a.m. And on top of that, okay, if your grandfather needs to like show you something, why is your grandfather not inside the house? That's the most important thing. Why is he not in the house being like, yo, let's go check this out tomorrow morning when it's daylight? Also, number 3, and which is the most important, I know that it is no way this nigga had the same voice as your grandfather and you was like, yeah, that's grandpa's voice at 1 in the morning. That's definitely how he would sound. No, nigga. Like, bro, the only way you can chalk this up is this nigga was too young, bro. He was just too young to understand, like, the difference between his grandfather's voice or someone trying to mimic it. Because there's no way, bro, you would be like, yeah, this is my grandpa. He's just, I can't see his face, and he sounds the same. Let's just go out there and hold his hand to the barn at 1 in the morning.
With the hood up. Then I looked at my grandpa's hand and really paid attention to it.
Right?
Only to realize it wasn't my grandpa's hand.
Okay, then.
It was the hand of someone much younger. I tried to pull my hand away, but his grip only got stronger. I didn't want to let him know I knew something was wrong, so I stayed quiet, even though my heart was pounding. Then I looked behind him and noticed a long handle sticking out of the back of his pants. That's when I really panicked inside. Suddenly, I heard my grandpa's voice calling from the house. I didn't say anything back, but the man turned his head toward the sound. In that moment of distraction, I yanked my hand free and started to back away. The man stood there for a second, then suddenly bolted toward the woods. I ran straight for the house, yelling for help. By the time I got inside, my grandpa was waiting for me with his arms wide open, and my grandma had the phone to her ear talking to the police.
Crazy.
Not long after, the cops showed up and started searching the area. They found the man hiding in a ditch not far from the house.
He's dumb enough to stay there?
In that ditch was some stuff he'd taken from the barn. And most disturbingly of all, they said he had an axe tucked into the back of his pants.
What?
After further investigation, they found that the lock on my grandpa's shed had been broken off, leaving it open for anyone to get anything they pleased. In the shed were a lot of tools that could have caused more trouble. After a couple of days, my grandpa found out that man turned out to be Michelle's ex-boyfriend, who I'll just call Dave. Dave admitted to have been stalking us and planned to take me that night. He figured it was easier to take a little girl, so he went after me. He said he wanted to take me because he knew Michelle cared about me a lot, and if he had threatened to hurt me, he could make Michelle do anything. Dave stated he mainly wanted to use me to get back with Michelle, because he wanted to start over and live a happy life with her. He claimed he was never actually going to hurt me. After this whole incident, our parents picked Cam and I up a week later and started looking for better jobs so they could be home with us more often.
You think?
They also let Michelle go, which is understandable. I'm so grateful that the police station wasn't that far from my grandparents' house. But most importantly, I'm thankful my grandpa had woken up that night to use the bathroom. Even after 20 years, it still gives me chills to think about what would have happened to me then.
You know what got me, bro? It's like, why did it take you that long to be like, this is not my grandfather's hand? Y'all niggas be so, like, fake in and, like, it couldn't be me, bro. It couldn't be me. Like, even as a kid, like, I'm sorry, even as a kid at that young age, my mind is locked into thinking, hey, like, just growing up, stranger danger is like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know what my grandfather looked like. I know what his voice sounded like and everything like that. I'm not following no rando. That's just that white people stuff, no racial. This is how, no racial. That's just how I feel like this is, bro. Not even the babysitter's fault, but her ex was insane. Yeah. Yeah. Why she got dating stuff, bro? That's all I gotta say, man. But yeah, my battery running super low, man. I'm tired on top of that. I know y'all see me fighting sleep. All I want to say is, bro, it's good streaming. You know what I'm saying? It's really nice to stream again. fighting off Resident Evil 9, like, you know what I'm saying, spoilers is so hard. Y'all gotta understand, bro. For those who've been with me way back, y'all know my first YouTube account, Spoiler Alert Master 2.0. And literally, I love spoilers. I love spoilers. Listen to me when I say I love spoilers. Like, you know what I'm saying, I love, like, know what's gonna happen in the movie before it happens. But, like, there are moments where I don't want spoilers. And in this game, I just spent $77. I don't want no spoilers, okay? So much so that I had to block off certain words on my YouTube account. I had to, you know what I'm saying, I am struggling because every day I get off work and I check out YouTube. I want to get some new videos. I want to see some new content that inspire me to make some new content. And literally, it's been so hard for me, y'all. It's been so hard for me to not watch the new cutscenes. And even now, it's so hard for me not to just end the stream and be like, you know what, who cares? Let me just go in, find out what's the cutscenes, see how the game plays, and then I play it later on and just put on a fake reaction. No, I'm not trying to do none of that, y'all. I'm so dedicated to this Resident Evil, bro, game. I want to play it so bad. I wish it was here right now so I can play it. Unfortunately, it's not. But you know what I'm saying, this time next week, the game should be out, or like midnight this time next week, because it comes out Friday. I heard like at midnight you can start playing it. You know, saying Thursday. This time next week, bro, we're gonna be able to play the game finally, and all of that is going to come ahead, bro. I'm sorry for y'all, bro, who's been waiting for me to stream. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow. If I don't stream tomorrow, we're gonna jump into it. You know, saying this weekend. That post spoiler clarity gonna hit, yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. So the thing is, we might actually have more time together than you think. We have some situation going on with the water. You're saying they're trying to figure out how to fix a water leak where my job is at. And what happens is they tried to fix it today or like yesterday, and they had turned the water off to find out where the leak is at. And then they couldn't do it because we had to like actually do our job this morning. So they turned the water back on, and then they turned it back off halfway through the day. Long story short, they're talking about turning the water off all Monday to fix this water leak. So I might be off literally Saturday, Sunday, and possibly Monday. This, you know what I'm saying, week coming up. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be like 3 days off for me to kind of relax and lock in. You know what I'm saying? Playing and live streaming, bro, because I'll be like a 3 day in a row thing off, and then it'll kind of like, it'll like shake back for me to like, you know what I'm saying, live streaming and get my energy back, sleeping in, live streaming, and then getting set up for that Resident Evil 9, bro. But yeah, man, super excited, bro, for that game to come out. Super excited to stream with y'all again. A lot of funny, hilarious moments happen. You know what I'm saying? I was debating back and forth to even be streaming with y'all today. To be honest, because I didn't even know how I was feeling, bro. Lately, I've been going to sleep a bit earlier than expected. I've been getting a lot of good sleep, waking up for work, not being able, you know what I'm saying, not be able to wake up early for work and not being sleepy has been a huge help for me. I was going to do that for the rest of this week, you know what I'm saying, but I was like, why not stream? You know what I'm saying, I'm just relaxing, chilling. Why not relax? Just chill, stream. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, while we just chilling and talking before we in the stream, also want to let y'all know that I got new equipment coming. I actually, bro, crazy part is I've been getting a lot more money since my job has been doing certain stuff, bro, whereas we've been getting like a lot more tips, bro, and it's just been adding up. So guess what? I found out that my equipment messed up on me. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all. So this right here, if y'all see in the face cam, this microphone right here, it blew out. Okay, this is a microphone I attached to my other bigger microphone. If y'all see me, and I'll talk to it like this when I'm doing my sit down videos. So what happened was I was trying to do a sit down video, and only one of these microphones was working. And I was like, how the other one blew out, I don't know. I literally can't tell you how the other one blew out, but I was like, damn, I need another one of these. So I went on Amazon, you know what I'm saying, and got another set of these, and they're supposed to be coming in Friday. So what's it gonna do is, you're wondering what this matter. This right here, this one's broken, or this one works, but the other one's broken. I'm gonna have two of these, bro, and I'm going to charge them. And when I'm filming Resident Evil 9 with the new equipment, I better just change these out, like, because there's two of them. Just change them out, charge them, change the next one out, charge them. And I can just play the game all day, every day. Once it comes out to beat the game, I gotta worry about charging one of them and just taking a break. So new YouTube equipment coming like this to talk to y'all. I mean, I'm trying to think of everything, bro. Also, bro, some other good news since we just sitting here talking because it's been a minute. Tax, okay, tax time. Last couple of years, I've been having bad tax returns, unfortunately for me, because of just owing money to different stuff, bro. But this time around, with the tax wages I had seen on my taxes and just a new different way to do taxes, I will not be owing money, and hopefully the money that I do get back will be in such high volume to the point where I can take care of a big financial, problem I had. I've been dealing with financial issue as far as credit card bill stuff, if y'all didn't know, and pretty much I will be dealing with that and putting a nice dent in the credit card bill that I owe. I'm not gonna go on my personal business and let y'all know all the details, but just long story short, like, saying this credit card bill is not something to sneeze at. And I've been taking care of it every month, bro, trying to make sure it's paid off at the bare minimum so my credit doesn't go to complete ass. And pretty much what happens is, hopefully my taxes come in today. Not today, but eventually comes in, and I can just put a lot of money on this credit card bill that I owe. It's going to help me have a lot of money to be able to use on emergencies, freed up, on this credit card, and not just leave me dealing with it as I go by. So just a lot of stuff, bro, in the works of happening, going on with me. Thank you, JJ. Huge W. It's good to talk to y'all. I haven't forgot the promises of getting back on Last of Us No Return, great gameplay and stuff like that, and then and get on here, bro. That's why I decided to jump into this live stream. Maybe we might live stream tomorrow. My plan is I gotta do my taxes Saturday. Now I'm gonna try to make the phone call tomorrow and do the tax make a tax appointment for Saturday, but mostly my plan is for Saturday is sleeping in and then streaming. If I don't, I'll just be sleeping in doing my taxes. Sunday I possibly will be streaming, and then Monday, which is very likely, y'all, that they're going to be cutting the water supply off and I won't have work. Monday, another day off, we will be streaming, and it's going to get to the point of we're probably going to stream the rest of Life is Strange, bro, because once that next week hits, once the next week hits, it's all about Resident Evil. So we're going to try to get, Life is Strange finished, episodes 3, 4, and 5, and have that kind of settled in before we get into Resident Evil 9, And when Resident Evil 9 come, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to lock in, because I'm going to be filming that nonstop. And that's all y'all going to see on the channel. I want y'all to get locked in, bro. If y'all haven't seen Resident Evil 9, or y'all not into the Resident Evil story, bro, I'm going to go in Discord, and I'm going to send a message to everybody in the announcement comment section we just watch a 27-minute video explaining the entirety of Resident Evil series. It's just in 27 minutes, bro. I don't care if y'all just listen to it as y'all, walking and doing exercise, or y'all doing homework. Just listen to it. It's going to be a 27-minute video. I'm going to sit in the Discord, bro. Y'all check out. It's going to tell y'all the entire story of Resident Evil up to this point, how we got to Resident Evil 9. And then once y'all know all the story, if y'all really into the series, y'all then going to understand and be hyped for the playthrough before I start playing it. If y'all really feeling the series, and if y'all not feeling the series, then it is what it is. But I really think y'all gonna be locked in after I send y'all the 27-minute video. But with that being said, bro, I'm about to end the stream because my phone is about to KO. I got 20% battery left. I'm about to put my phone on the charger and send that link to y'all, bro. Check out the link, bro, in the announcement section of the Discord. 27-minute video, bro. Just listen to it in the background as y'all do homework, or just, watch it real quick, man. Get locked into Resident Evil, bro. Really great series. Like, if y'all just go into each game, it's a lot of fun, bro. But with that being said, bro, if I stream tomorrow, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. If I stream Saturday, I'm gonna see y'all then. If I stream Sunday, I'm gonna see y'all then. But until then, next time, bro, wait for the uploads that I got for TikTok or YouTube or whatever I'm uploading at. Until next time, guys, I'm JC. Watch those calamari. Later, people.